So the Smith Mundt Modernization Act, I'm going to stop the screen share, made it legal for the American government, for our intelligence agencies to propagandize its own people. Why would Obama do this? What would the thought process be? What would the rationale be for taking, so the Smith Mundt Act had been around since I believe the 30s, which protected the American people from propaganda by its own government. So I'm curious to know, which I haven't found, and I definitely have researched it, like, why would a sitting president decide, hey, it's a good idea to change that age-old Smith Mundt Act and let's modernize it by, in fact, making it legal to propagandize our own people? Explain to me how that move serves the benefit of the American people. I'm not seeing it. Now, the very next year, the Obamas were given a multi-million-dollar production deal with Netflix, and I believe it was his Secretary of State, Susan Rice, was given a seat on the board of Netflix. So I'm not making any hard and fast conclusions, but Occam's razor, just looking at all the pieces, it certainly seems like Netflix has been set up as a government propaganda outlet. And the only reason I could see that it would serve the American government to propagandize its own people is if they wanted to do things that weren't in their people's best interests, so they needed to manipulate them to get on board with it. Why is this important? And why is this important in terms of this conversation? What I was trying to do in staying in this exchange was figure out, where is the breakdown between our worldviews, and where can we heal this divide and start to understand one another's perspectives a little bit more. Now, I realize I was the only one in this exchange who was trying to foster greater understanding and unity. That was not a two-way street. But when my journalist friend, who I won't even give you guys the history, but it is astounding to me how he thinks that doing research is just looking up an article that the government puts out. And it is crazy to me how many journalists who I thought knew better are basically just recycling government issued, CIA approved press releases and calling it news and calling it reporting and getting a big paycheck and calling it a day. So the reason why I brought it up in this part of our exchange is, I keep like biting my tongue from using this person's name, is you're sending me a government issued report to refute my perspective. But do you understand that the government is now openly propagandizing its own people? So can you see how sending me a government issued statement on this fact is not necessarily a reflection of truth in light of the Smith Mundt Modernization Act, which is giving the government permission to propagandize us, right? So it's very relevant to this exchange. Like, your rationale is this government statement, but our government is willingly and knowingly and admittingly propagandizing us.